Welcome to the Johnson & Johnson podcast, the only SHL podcast hosted by myself, Darnell, and my friend, Gabe Johnson. Gabe, before we get into it today, I just want to call out Mike Izzy again. Izzy, what the fuck? If you're listening, man, and I know you are, go ahead and give us a little, just give us a little, type rosebud in the comment section, something like that, so we know you're paying attention. And then, okay, we got your attention. I see Rosebud. It's popping up in the chat right now. What's this whole, partnership deal? Anyway, Gabe, I think we got some questions today.
I think we've been shilling hard for that partnership. It would be criminal if we didn't get it at this point.
Right.
I feel like everyone's forgotten about it, but we're just going on and on about it.
Everyone's forgotten except for us.
We gave the only, serious pitch for it, and we still don't shut up about it. What if Izzy was doing that just for a quick buck and he didn't plan on following up with it?
I love the idea that, Izzy literally just needed, $200K for, equipment or something, and he's like, sure, just shit this out.
He's probably rich as fuck. Before we get into the questions, I want to see how much money Izzy's got.
Let's take a look at how much money Mike Izzy has.
He's got 54 million in the account.
Oh my god, Izzy, just give us some of your... why are we even doing this podcast? Just fucking take Izzy's money.
Jesus, Izzy's only, 5th on his team in total bank.
Oh my god.
Some people are rich on this site, man.
Yeah, Toivo.
At a certain point, why do you even, keep gathering money from stuff?
I think when you, recreate, you can only roll over... a percentage of it.
Oh,
so I
really?
think a lot of people just... I don't know if that's true or not. I just remember Toivo saying something like that. So he's like, yeah, that's why I bank 78 million. And I was like, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough. But, okay, so we're going to hop into the questions?
Yeah, for sure. I'll read them off this week because I went ahead and got them pulled up.
Go for it.
Also, this is 3 weeks of backlog on questions, so
this is a long time ago.
We're gonna have to
the first round of the playoffs.
We're gonna have to tear up some of these questions. All right,
not necessarily tear them up, but
you know what I mean, chew through them.
Yeah.
So we got Spartan Gibbles back on 7/18. He says this is just a comment. He says, "Hey, really enjoyed the last one, boys. Here's a few questions for the next one." And I wish it was for the next one, because these were good questions, but we did, the draft special, or the playoff special.
Yeah, that's true.
So, he says, since I know food questions get you going, pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
Oh. I like all of them, and I have all of them a lot.
Me too. Yeah. Throw in crepes, and it's
yeah. I think I have to go with pancakes.
I think my go-to would probably be waffle. Okay, so we're gonna rank them, right?
Yeah, sure.
Waffles, French toast, pancakes. But all of that is still above most other food. Let's get that straight, right?
Okay,
now.
so you're saying waffles 3, French toast 2, pancakes 1?
No, the other way around. So
okay, because my order is reversed.
Really? But we both have French toast in the middle.
Yeah, sure.
That's funny.
It's I like waffles, but say, I don't know. I make. I guess I've never had any modified waffles. When I have pancakes, I always make banana pancakes. I mentioned this to you already.
Yeah,
but the banana makes the pancake really good. So I mean, I guess if I made a banana waffle, it would probably be similarly good.
I have
pancakes my go-to.
Yeah, definitely. There's this breakfast place by my house that does peanut butter waffles, and they take Toll House peanut butter chips, and they mix it into the waffle batter. So as you're eating the waffle, you get these big pockets of peanut butter, and it's pretty sick. It's so fucking good.
That's great.
Okay, onto this is a 4-part question, by the way. What a nice guy giving us fucking content.
Shit. He's the GM for the Outlaws now.
Oh, did he? Okay, cool.
And I think he became GM in between when he asked that question and now.
Congratulations,
Congrats, Gibbles.
Yeah, congratulations. We had the second part is if you could add one more stat to be tracked in the sim, what would it be? And I actually had an answer for this because like I read this one ahead of time and I never read the questions ahead of time. I really don't have any. We track so many stats that like sometimes when I'm like doing awards voting, I'm like, if they could just have like one stat that's just like goodness, like that'd be great for me.
General goodness.
I guess like teeth loss would be pretty cool. Sticks broken.
Did you not just walk into this saying that like you had an answer prepared?
No, well, I see because this is like 21 days ago.
That's true.
Yeah, I had a question fucking 2 weeks ago.
Because it's like there's so many different things that are like accounted for in the stats. Like when I was going through these questions, I was trying to think of some. I was like, oh, what about? Oh, wait, that's already in it. Okay, maybe. Oh, wait, no, they already got that too. And I'm like, I don't know, man.
I guess wins above replacement would be cool. That's an interesting stat.
Sorry, what?
Wins above replacement or WAR.
Oh.
It's an advanced hockey stat. I mean, it shows up in a lot of sports, but hockey uses it predominantly from what I can understand. And, like, it's something that we can divine from the stats as is, but like with most of the advanced stats, it's just a lot of, like, calculations and stuff. I mean, essentially, like, kind of like, not DPI, what is it? PDO?
That's it, yeah.
It's going to trend, wins above replacement is going to trend towards a mean, and that mean is, by my understanding, and like, you guys are going to slaughter me for not understanding advanced hockey stats, but that mean is considered like the average player. So, a player who is far above average will have like a set, like, +2, +4, whatever. How many more wins you're going to have with them on your team than you would with the average player.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, and the whole like luck part of like advanced stats and stuff like that. Like all the advanced stats, I'm not sure if you saw, but Aaron Wilson, one of the users on the site, he makes a whole advanced stat chart for every season. And yeah, I think it gives like a really good perspective on like like which teams got the blessing from Simon T and which teams got the absolute shaft.
I watched a like 15-ish minute Vox documentary one time about luck in sports, and hockey was an outlier in that like typically the more games are played in a season, the less luck has to do with it. So like NBA and MLB,
that's true.
They both have a ton of games every season, so the statistical outliers that luck represents appear, I don't want to say more or less, but like they have a less significant impact on the season as a whole. So like in the MLB and the NBA, you tend to see same teams being good every season because like that's how the teams are built and stuff. Luck doesn't play into it. And then on the far end of the spectrum, the far other end where luck plays a big role is football, like American football. So 16 games a season, luck has a lot to do with it, and you do tend to see teams making really weird swings from season to season. Like the Buccaneers will go like 2-14 one season, then like 9-5 the next, and you're like, what the fuck changed? Nothing.
Yeah.
Hockey's an outlier in that 82 games a season, or whatever the fuck, and luck has a huge amount to do with it. And the way they quantified luck was how many different teams qualify for the playoffs, and like how many teams go to the playoffs back to back, year to year. So like hockey seems to have a higher threshold for luck.
Yeah. Yeah, like
I'll actually when I put this up, I'll put the link to that documentary in
yeah, that'd be
because
interesting.
it was pretty cool. It's a cool watch. It's not super informative, but you know, it's a real head scratcher.
Makes you think.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Yeah. Still Spartan Gibbles. And maybe I was deferring this one a little bit by that explanation, but he asks, what's the most embarrassing moment you can remember from high school?
Ugh.
Who wants to go first?
Man, what embarrassing moments can I have without it being like too personal?
Well, here, I'll let you think of yours while I tell mine.
Okay, go for it.
When I was in high school, I was captain of my senior year, anyway. I was captain of the cross-country team, which means borderline nothing, but to, like, high school me, it's pretty significant. My school was, like, known for cross-country. We had 11 state championships. No, we had 10 state championships in 11 years. We had the state record for most consecutive championships, 5 in a row. We did that twice. So, won 5 years, lost one, won 5 years. We were national champions 1 year, I think in 1982, so a little bit before my time. But like that's what my school is known for, and we take a lot of pride in it, you know. I was also an actor, like a thespian, you know. I hung out in drama. One of the girls from drama class, I won't dox her, I won't give her whole name, but her name was Nina. Very near and dear to my heart. She is such a good person, but I was like, I don't know, I was such a dumb idiot jock back then. Nina very clearly had the hots for me.
Okay.
And you know that picture that I put up a while back, the black and white one of me smiling in the shirt that says like "You're handsome" or whatever? She took that picture of me.
Oh,
like,
okay.
So I don't know. The most handsome I've ever looked, and she staged the photo, you know. She and I are backstage one day. It's like the school talent show, and we had both performed, and we did swing dance. So we were dancing backstage, and the person on stage was performing "Swing Life Away" by Rise Against, and they were doing an acoustic version, and they were very talented. And I spun Nina into me. I wrapped my arm around her, and she leaned back over my arm, and I kind of leaned over her. She had these beautiful, giant blue eyes, and she's looking up at me, and I'm looking down into her eyes, and I'm leaning down, and I'm leaning down. She closes her eyes and puckers her lips, and then I go like, I make this noise, I'm like, and I spin her back out. And then we continue swing dancing for another couple minutes, and then she's just like, she puts her hands on her head, and she's like, I can't do this right now. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, have a good one. And
all right, good shit. See you next time.
Yeah, and then like moments later, I'm like, oh God, and I'm like my stomach hurts, and I'm like violently like, oh no, what are they like? Cringe. And
oh man,
God, the talent show ran really late that night, and it was like 12:30 or so after we got everything all broken down and stuff, because I was helping out as a stagehand, and I was waiting in the parking lot for my ride for my mommy to come pick me up. And Nina texts me as I'm sitting there. I'm sitting on like a bumper, like a car stop in the parking lot. And she texts me, and I look at my phone, and she says like, it was the most sweet way to let me know I was a fuckhead. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something along the lines of like, should have taken your shot tonight, or something like that. You know, like it was like vaguely hopeful, but I was just like, man, God, I fucking ruined it. And I think, man, I'm not going to say this moment keeps me up. It doesn't keep me up. But I think about this moment all the fucking time.
You can fucking visualize it all
Yeah.
the time, like
Like, I'll just be like fucking standing in the kitchen, like waiting to like flip over my sandwich or something, and I'll think about it, and I'm like, oh no, why? Anyway, you think of yours yet?
Matt. Okay, I'm gonna be entirely honest. Like, how long's the podcast been going on now for the first 3 questions?
Okay, we got 15 minutes in.
Okay, I can't top yours, to be honest.
Okay, all right, we'll leave it at that.
I think I'll just bitch out and we move on.
Gabe has been doxed enough.
Yeah.
Part 4 of Spartan Gibble's question was, as of writing this, Anchorage has defeated Detroit and moved on to round 3. What has been your favorite part of the playoffs so far?
Not what followed that series,
yeah.
That's for sure.
My favorite part was definitely you and I assisting the captain, Olivier Cloutier, on his first goal. That was like by and large
giving a helping hand to the ass captain.
Yeah,
you know,
that's my favorite moment in the SHL period.
I think it's got to be definitely either the Game 7 against Detroit or the Game 1 against Vancouver, where we kicked their ass.
Oh, that was fun too.
And we all had hope that it was going to be different.
Yeah.
So, man, this question would have been a lot more fun to answer if we didn't know how
it
played out.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I'll say Chris's Game 7 double overtime winner.
That was really cool too. Double overtime was something I haven't seen yet, so that was very neat.
I still love how Chris was inactive at the time, and then when he eventually came back at one point, we were like, "Oh, Chris, dude, you scored fucking double overtime Game 7 winner."
And he's like, "Both of my arms are broken. I don't care."
Yeah, he was just like, "Cool." Like, aw.
Up next, we got the notorious TIG, Tig Murphy. Good boy, number 94. Do you have any thoughts on the recent article estimating the penis size of the SHL? And in particular, any criticism on how badly the author's model understands Steelhawks defenseman Tig Murphy? I just want to say, not only did Tig Murphy get underestimated, but fucking Tommy the Tripod Tuck.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You looked into this?
I looked into this. Tommy the Tripod Tuck has like a fucking 13-incher. And that fucking rube over there who fucking calculated that shit was like, yeah, 5.2. Fuck off, man. He's called the fucking tripod.
Oh, okay, wait. I found the article. Dug up the article so I could...
Yeah, Tommy Tuck is Blizzard.
Okay, well, yeah, that's just not right.
I agree.
Idiot.
Idiot.
They have Tig at 5.4.
Yeah, I'm like sub 5. It's bad.
I mean, I haven't been called up yet, so I can't confirm or deny whether that's actually Tig's size. So,
well, he's a good boy, you know.
My favorite is still when this dude did like his one for like the player, like I forget what it was. I think it was like let me find it. It was something that was funny for fucking Ben Dover on Hamilton. He had something where it was like, yeah, SHL player height, and fucking Dover is like 8 feet tall or something. It's just great to see.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like middling around, like, you know, like low like 80s for inches, like mid 70s. You just have Dover sitting at 90. But yeah, I don't know, the dick size articles, that they were a good idea, but I feel like they didn't really stick the landing.
No, I mean the math is, you know, it's we love our stats here, but come on, let's be real.
Oh wait, he made one for SHL rookies?
Yeah, SHL rookies and the J rookies for the draft that just happened, because he wants money apparently.
Oh, he made it a double media article.
Yeah.
God damn it. Next question.
All right. You're rushing to it, not me. It's our GM, Axcalap. A complicated system of levers and pulleys, asking, why is Liverpool, undisputably, he says, an infinitely better team or a better club than Tottenham?
Like, I'm just... You know, we have a lot of material to go through. I'm not
next
dignifying
question.
that with an answer. He's got one for you now.
Yeah, and it's, why is it so hard for the modern man to find love? If I knew. I mean, if only I knew. I think my inexplicable inability to read the situation probably has something to do with it.
This ties in really well with people's question.
It just is, that's why.
It just be like that.
We got the notorious TIG again, asking Gabe, when was the last time somebody really got you good with a prank on Discord? Tell us all about it.
This is a great one. So this is in reference to something that happened in the Hamilton Discord. I was drunk as fuck at one point and like chatting with people in the Discord, and Tig got my attention because he was like, alright, I'm gonna slam dunk on this dude while he's drunk as fuck. So he was like, hey, Gig, I have a heart-to-heart for a moment, and naive drunk me was like, oh man, like, Tig wants to have a heart-to-heart with me, like, I'll be a good person and help him out with whatever he's struggling with. And then, there's an entire log of screenshots for it that are pinned now.
Oh no!
But basically, he just started rephrasing and putting down the lyrics to like that "Hey yay, hey yay" song.
No idea what song that is.
You don't know the fucking I could send it to you after.
Are you talking about Hey Ya?
Yeah, sure.
The Outcast song?
No.
Oh.
No, not that. It's a meme song or whatever. But basically he's just saying stuff of like I know that this song exists, but I didn't know the lyrics.
The 4 Non-Blonde song. What's going on?
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was putting all the lyrics to like that.
Oh my god, do I try?
Yeah.
That's
so
great.
I don't know any of this. I'm seeing Tig just fucking unloading.
Yeah, that's a pretty emotional song for as upbeat as it is.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, like, I was like, oh man, like, I'm sorry about that, Tig. I was like, I said like, yeah, I said, brains are dumb, dude. Like, why can't we all just be happy?
Yeah, really.
and I'm just like being all like real, and then he was like, hey, can I share my special song that helps me get through these tough times? And then he shared the song, and I was like, oh wait, fuck.
Excuse me. No, that is a pretty good one. That
I got
that's like a harmless joke too. It was the best part.
Yeah. I still was like, the next fucking day I like woke up like, you know, like all sobered up and shit. I still felt fucking embarrassed about that.
I wouldn't feel embarrassed, man. You just got you. I mean, shit happens.
Yeah.
These guys in the Anchorage Discord bait me into like fucking yelling at Boom every day.
That shit's too funny.
We got TDZ, the Danger Zone, one of my NOLA teammates, asking early predictions for next season in the SMJHL and SHL. This is like late predictions now, but honestly, I don't know. I think Man maybe can Crows again
for
the J.
For the J. You think the Crows?
I don't know what I think, honestly. We graduated quite a few people this season, and while we definitely have, I'm going to go on the record and say the strongest rookie class of all time. That's not going to.
It's early, but yeah. I mean, we'll get into that later.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go over the draft in a little bit. TDC, thank you for the question. favorite sandwich and favorite weird food.
We didn't even answer what's going on for the SHL.
Well, obviously it's going to be Nola wins everything forever.
That's fair. I think Buffalo will probably repeat.
They might as well just fucking paint this website purple from here on out because we're never losing.
Yeah. I just pretty much went for my predictions. Like, all right, Nola Buffalo final.
Yeah.
Buffalo wins. Like, those guys.
It's a good bet.
Those guys are either going to be in the finals or be extremely unlucky.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
I would agree with that.
All right, so fave sandwich and fave weird food.
I'll tell you my favorite weird food.
All right.
Oreos and hummus.
Oh, yeah. I swear you've already talked about this on a podcast.
Yeah, it's so weird, but it's so good.
That's interesting.
I think we talked about that when Dilk was on.
Yeah, maybe. I think for me, it's not necessarily weird food as much as it is unpopular. I don't really eat anything like weird, but I'm really into bean sprouts.
Oh, bean sprouts? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Bean sprouts, like, if I get like a pack of those or like $1 at the store or something, like I'll go through those like they're chips. Like
I keep thinking of Brussels sprouts.
No, bean sprouts are the ones that are like long and white. Like
Yeah. Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about. I also just Googled it, so that's going to be on the podcast, but yeah. My favorite sandwich, sorry, I just totally stomped on you, but we got to power through this shit.
Okay, fair enough.
Favorite sandwich, pressed Cuban. With actual like pulled ham. Pulled pork. So good.
I think if I had to go for like fave sandwich based on like the amount of times that I eat them, I think you can't go wrong with a peanut butter sandwich.
Just a classic peanut butter on white bread,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Peanut butter on wheat's really good, but it's so pretentious.
For real. It's like, come on,
you know what you're doing. Like,
yeah.
Don't act like this is healthy. Come on.
Come on.
Just put like 9 ounces of peanut butter on a slice of bread. Come on, like. We got our hot dog, resident SHLG.
hot dog. We had another one. Those.
Oh shit! Wow, best fast food. Steak and Shake.
What is that?
Really? Oh, of course. It's like a southern and kind of Midwest restaurant where they do what they call steak burgers. So it's like sirloin burger, and it's a really small patty that they press really thin and put cheese on it. And they stack them high, so they'll do like a triple or a quadruple burger.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just so greasy, and it's really good. And the meat, as weird as it sounds, comes out just a little crispy on the edges, which actually tastes really good.
Right.
And I don't know. It's just like classic diner kind of fast food. The other half of it, Shake. They make really good milkshakes.
Oh, okay. Do you guys get A&W there?
Oh yeah, there's actually one right by my house. They're pretty sick.
A&W's probably my pick for best fast food.
A&W's really good.
There. Yeah.
The chili hot dogs. Those are sick.
Oh yeah, just all the shit they make is like quality fast food.
It really is. Yeah. They used to have this burger that, like, as the story goes, it was called the Third Pounder. But allegedly, and like I have trouble believing this, but again, it is America. Apparently Americans, when they looked at the Third Pounder, thought it was smaller than the Quarter Pounder because the 4 is bigger than the 3. So why would I pay more money for less meat? And like that's how the story goes, and I've heard that time and again, but like I just don't know whether I want to believe it or not.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from how silly my country can be sometimes. We've got Hot Dog asking us, what's your favorite place in the world that you've visited?
Oh, I think for me it would have to be for recently Costa Rica. I went
Oh, yeah.
there. I went there a few months ago, like a couple months before I joined the SHL, and it was just so fucking nice. I got like sunburned to shit on the first day,
Classic Canadian.
which like almost derailed the vacation for
Yeah.
me. But like, it ended up being fucking sick. I was there because my dad's band was booked to play a show there.
That's wild.
Yeah, so I was tagging along as like the groupie who just did all the shit with like the band.
That's pretty cool.
You know, like I'm just here, like, you know, like a hip and happening like 20-year-old hanging out with like all these like 50-year-old dudes who are like part of a band that's been together 30 years.
Holy shit. I'll have to ask you
Yeah.
more about that later, so we don't dox your father.
Yeah, fair enough, to be honest. I never got back to Dilk if they were on Spotify or not. They might be. I doubt it, though. They probably don't even know Spotify exists.
I honestly really haven't been to a lot of places. Florida is kind of there's a lot of variety in the state, so it's like there's also like a lot of touristy areas, so like even stuff that I like doing, I can do in my own state, a lot of stuff. But like I've been up to see family in Massachusetts, and that's always really nice. Like weather's a little bit cooler, you know, I get to actually go like hike a mountain. I get to like literally go take a hike, and you know, it's nice, you know, great change of pace. Don't fucking sweat. Yeah, probably Boston actually. Like the actual city of Boston was really cool. The people there, sports fans, but the city is beautiful. I'd
Keep
probably
in mind you're answering a hot dog's question. He's
Yeah.
from Boston.
Yeah, I'll put that little twerp in a fucking headlock. I'll pull out his hair. If you could go anywhere in the world for a few days vacation, where would you go?
That's a fucking tough one.
Few days. I'd go to Berlin.
Yeah, I was gonna say somewhere in Europe.
I would.
Maybe London.
Oh
England.
yeah, visit Assclap, Thomas.
Yeah, yeah. Just crash in Thomas's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
he
no
would
way
totally
I would
let
crash in Asclap's house. Yeah, the fuck that.
Assclap's house. He's moving house right now, actually. So.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So. Oh, he said he was. He said he was packing. So I don't know. Third tertiary hot dog question is: whose mom or dad from the Armada locker room would you want to bang? Yours.
Sake.
Hot dog.
Yeah,
Fuckhead.
agreed.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the mom or dad. Give me one of them.
I'll
Next
fuck your
question.
dad so good, hot dog. He starts wondering some things about himself. So go ahead and jot that down. Get.
Yeah. Yeah, kid. And the next question ties in well.
Slash ACM, the NOLA goalkeeper, asking fuck, marry, kill, hot dog, a hot dog, and the Snapchat dancing hot dog.
Man, this one is really tough for me.
If I was locked in a room with hot dog, Hitler, and myself, and I had a gun with 2 bullets in it, I would shoot myself twice. So definitely kill hot dog. I'd fuck the Snapchat hot dog, and I guess marry the food.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know, it's tough though. I think I would probably kill the food if I'm honest.
You can just do that by eating it, so that's pretty economic, I guess. Economical.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'd probably say fuck hot dog.
Okay.
Because
this is a weird question.
yeah, I probably fuck hot dog because, like, you know, like, have you seen his eyes, dude?
I have not.
He has got. You didn't see when he shared the selfie. It's like he's got some like.
I dare not look in the eyes of the beast.
Yeah, he has got some like piercing. I'm pretty sure they were blue
Yeah,
eyes. Yeah, he is a very handsome man, but the Snapchat hot dog, like, yeah, he's gonna treat me right.
That one knows how to
I'm
party for
marrying
sure.
him. Yeah, for real. Like, that dude's like always on the grind. Like, yeah, definitely marry the Snapchat one.
Okay. We go back to the notorious TIG. He's asking you, Gabe, what are your predictions for the Steelhawks this year? Will Tig Murphy continue to be a disappointment, or will he finally become a good boy?
Man, for the Steelhawks, if I'm gonna be honest, like, for the Steelhawks, it's kind of tough because
Straight to the Final Four for ye. That's what I predict for the Steelhawks.
I mean, the Steelhawks are in they're in a situation where they're either gonna do really bad or get like really lucky. Because
yeah, those are the options.
Like, pretty much, like, the team is bad. Like, everyone's fucking retired or dying, and like all of the good youth is still like developing. So I think they'll probably miss the playoffs. If I'm gonna be honest, in the casino, I put a under on them. I put an under on their odds. So I sank 600K into predicting that they would get less than 24 wins.
Wow, that seems like a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, probably. But like, pretty much their goalie is like top 3 in the league.
Yeah.
If not better. They have Teddy's player Robert Phelps, who's sick, and Tig could maybe finally have a good season.
That'd be great for him, I mean.
So, like, if things come together for the team, they could probably be a bubble playoff team again. But, like, just based on, like, on paper, they'd probably be a bottom 4 team.
Yeah.
And the real fun starts in a couple seasons.
Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Sometimes you gotta tear it down to build it back up.
Yeah, but it's also, it's kind of tough because we don't have our first.
Oh,
because
really?
we gave that up in the big offer sheet.
Oh, that's right. The big 6.33 million AAV offer sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say bottom 4 finish for Hamilton this season.
I think you guys are going to go all the way. I think you're going to defy expectations. You're going to go all the way. You're not just going to win the cup. You're going to win it twice. Nola's going to cry. I take back what I said earlier about Nola winning the cup forever.
I changed my mind. All Hamilton.
All Hamilton for the rest of eternity. They're going to fucking rename it to the Hamilton. I don't know. That Hamilton Bowl.
What time are we at now on the podcast?
37 minutes. So
okay.
We got one more set of questions from Toivo.
Sure.
Can't ignore him. He says, "Hello, Boat Gang. Big fan of the pod. Some questions for y'all. What are qualities do you... Come on, Toivo. Proofread your shit. What are qualities do you look for when scouting prospects?"
I think this is nice. We finally get into some draft related shit.
Yeah.
I think based on the scouting that I did, I think it was I think the thing that I consider most was the personality when like I spoke to them. I think
definitely.
I think the kind of people that came off as like overly professional, say, or like people that like weren't, people are answering like, "Hey there, I would definitely be interested in playing for the Anchorage Armada. You guys seem like you have a great team," and like all that kind of stuff. Like, that's the kind of stuff that would probably put me off.
Really?
More than anything.
The opposite. I looked for that kind of stuff.
I feel like I'm looking for people that are like showing personality in their responses, I guess, rather than like cookie cutter stuff. That's why I was so sold on what's his face, Apricot.
Yeah.
Just because whenever I talked to him, it was just like I was having a conversation with him. And like he was around a lot and just like talking about any of the random dumb shit that we were saying in like the Combine server.
Well, when we popped up the combine, that really helped things out because like
Yeah.
it's really difficult to get a read on somebody when you're just responding via these like 18-hour apart messages where you have the time to construct a really professional message.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
So for me, like the people I reached out to, and you and Artie did the bulk of the like outreach,
Yeah.
and I just kind of went through it with a fine-tooth comb. The bulk of the people I reached out to didn't get back to me, which kind of fucking sucked.
Yeah.
But among those who did, like, I don't think I personally don't feel like I had any misses, but of course I wouldn't feel like that, you know. But like, there were a couple dudes who, I guess to answer the question, and we'll talk more about our process later, I guess. But to answer this question, I looked for like someone who gives me a professional response. And then when we got them into the combine, was asking questions, because like the people who would come
That's
in and
true.
just kind of
That's
fool
true.
around, okay, that's well and good, you know. But the people who are actively like, hey, what do you think of my build and stuff like that, and like even though the build really doesn't matter, that was such a like tertiary thing to me. We can always improve the build. It was like they're showing interest and they're showing that, to me, they're demonstrating that they're invested or that they want to get invested.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff was really interesting to me. People who, in general, were just asking stuff about the league was really cool too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was looking for. That's how I narrowed it down a little bit. And I mean, if you look at my draft board, it's pretty much the most vocal people.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I think we are all kind of like that, though.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
The second part of Toivo's question is a little bit of a non sequitur, but it's important nonetheless. This is actually a line from a Little Dicky song. So, he asked if the aliens invaded, would we be able to fuck with their shit? I don't think so.
I mean, I don't like. It all depends on like what the aliens have got. Hot Dog had a good answer to the copy pasta that Toivo posted.
I don't think we're
agree
fucking
it.
with their shit, but I don't think so at all.
He said, if any alien race is advanced enough to make their way to Earth before we can detect them or observe them,
Yeah.
they would fuck us all the way up.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
so okay, this is kind of my opinion, and it's to steal another line from the song. I think that the aliens would be like, damn man, Earth go hard. Like, not as hard as like Zebrox 8, but you know, pretty hard. Like, I think we'd be able to like touch them, but they just, you know,
Yeah.
like, you know, they just
Relatively speaking, we suck.
yeah, I mean, relative to like a spacefaring civilization, a hypothetical
Yeah,
spacefaring
exactly.
civilization. Yeah, like what do we got? Fucking big booms, you know? Okay.
Hell yeah.
Where do you want to start with our draft coverage? Now that we're 40 minutes into the podcast.
Oh, did you have any points to cover, or
Yeah,
we just
well,
gonna talk?
I kind of wanted to go over our combine and what we did there.
Yeah,
and
for
then,
sure.
I was going to do a verbatim reading of the whole, like, you know, 148 drafts. 149.
Yeah, okay.
Kill myself. I guess we'll talk about the combine. So, Anchorage hosted a combine this year where we invited all of the prospects into a Discord server, and we offered build advice. And I actually just left the Discord server earlier today, and I don't know why. But we had like channels in there by position, so wingers, centers, defensemen, goalies, where you could get advice from not just Anchorage people, but alumni of the Anchorage, stuff like that. Advice on builds, advice on like the league, the website, stuff like that. Then we also had a few channels in there where we were posting like TPE gain related stuff, you know, how to gain TPE. And then we had a channel for all of the various interested prospect threads. So, I mean, in fairness, there probably was some Anchorage bias in there. But like, I really thought it was a neat concept, and it was a lot of work keeping up with it. Not gonna lie.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I got some grays coming in from the last week, and I think overall, stuff like that is important to do, not just for the Anchorage, but really for the health of the site in general.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I honestly believe that, like, our combine, like, hosting that combine is gonna make the league better.
Me too.
Like,
Me too.
I honestly think that combine is gonna make, like, a lasting effect.
No, I believe that in my heart. Like, us getting...
Like,
because, like...
if you look, like, okay, I'll go through the first round, and
Yeah.
I'll read off the people that were in our combine from, like, the early parts of the draft.
Yeah.
So, first overall pick, Ryan Shepard. That guy was combine.
Yep.
We made that guy. I'm taking full credit for that. All of us, we did that. We helped him make good picks in fantasy.
Oh, we did.
We
gave him better picks than we got.
Yeah, for real. Let's see. Working down, Joseph Weston, who was the 7th overall pick.
I think we also had Luca Vicelli in there. That name seems familiar to me. It might have just been someone we talked to. But
he's a recreate of a guy who played for Prince George. So
name just seems familiar, so we probably just reached out to him.
Yeah, I think Artie did, because Artie is tight with him from that time. James Ronlane, I'm fairly sure was.
Yep.
I'm not sure how often he was in there, but I'm pretty sure he was. The 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 picks in a row, or even. Yeah, the 7 picks that follow that are all people that were
Berg
decently
Svensson,
prominent.
Lee Sampson, Phineas Gold, Augustus Wang, Samuel Machand. I don't think we had Yamamoto Mitsuhara.
No. The 2 before Svensson, Olsen and Maxson.
Yeah.
They were both people were there too.
Yep.
I'm not sure if
I think we had
Adam Barron was.
Yep.
Yeah, he was very prominent. And then there's just a few here and there.
If I'm looking at the
third
third round, I see Patrick Miller and Mitchell Maverick.
Gylfi Eriksson was too briefly.
Yeah. Then some more. I mean, like as you go down,
they're all over. Yeah.
Yeah, Venables, Bischoff. I mean, we don't need to do literally all of them, but
but I mean, I don't know. Not everyone that we picked was part of our combine, but everyone rounds 2 to 4 who we picked, and we didn't have a first.
I think the only one picked who wasn't in the combine was Justin Roy. I don't know how he wants that pronounced.
No, he was in it, but I think just briefly. Yeah.
But like, aside from the picks that we took and stuff like that, when I think of like my experience with coming into the league, which was pretty recent, I know yours was too.
Mm-hmm.
Ass Clap getting to me early and like engaging with me on a like personal level absolutely affected my choice to stay with. So
yeah,
I think like looking at the draft and looking at how many people we were able to reach out to and stuff like that, I think that is going to make a difference with how many of them stick around. And I'd be interested to see, like, of the people we got into the combine, how many of them get to cap. And is that a larger percentage
than normal? It'll be really interesting to follow.
And there's guys who we reached out to who went to other teams who, like Stacey Jefferson Jr. I guess I probably shouldn't drop names. I don't know. It's whatever. I mean,
like watch what you say.
No, I was gonna say like Stacey Jefferson Jr. Was like really professional in messaging me and everything, and like I had him near the top of my draft board, and like really good guy. Really, I had a really good relationship with him, and after the draft went down, shook out that we couldn't get him. It's okay,
Yeah.
I reached out to him after the draft, and I was like, "Hey, man, no matter what happens, like I'm always going to be around. Message me if you have any questions. If I can't answer it, I'll find somebody that can. We'll help. I'll help you out as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm genuinely really interested in following his career.
Just for a bunch of these guys.
Just because of the interaction that I had with him early on, and like, I sincerely hope that everyone sticks with it. But like, I don't know. I just had such a good experience with the combine and with reaching out to everybody. It was just a
great time. Yeah,
it really was. It I guess we're just going in circles here, but like, man, it was. Yeah. It was so much work.
It was a fuckload of work. Like, for the first day that we did it, I was in there like all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, me too. and like, I was at work, like.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, what the fuck did I get invited to? Combine? And I was like, okay. And then
to be honest, I didn't think it was gonna accomplish anything when we first did it.
My first instinct was like, even if we don't get a single one of these people, it's still going to be healthy for the league. So that's kind of how I was looking at it from the beginning.
Yeah. But man, this rookie class, they had them pounding out media like crazy.
It's insane.
It's nuts, dude. Like, you have these guys writing like 2 articles like right after they get drafted.
I wonder if that's how Assclap felt about me cranking out that like 5,000 word article the day after he signed me.
But like, it's just nuts. Like,
it really is.
All these fucking rookies making like 3,000 word like narrative articles like the day that they sign up for the league, and I'm like, man, like my draft class was like barely even 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Like,
you love to see it, don't you?
Yeah, it's great. Okay. What if we talked about the actual people that we drafted?
Yeah, definitely. I think I had the signing sheet pulled up. I guess not. Let me find that real quick. That was under action. Do you have it pulled up?
What, the draft?
Yeah, like the.
Yeah. I have it like pick by pick.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had the 8th pick in the draft originally, and then Assclap made a trade which honestly like now is looking like a total stroke of genius.
Big 4-way trade, yeah.
Yeah, which basically saw us trade our 8th pick. It was the 8th pick.
It was like the 8th and the 35th or something.
Hang on. It was the 8th, the 53rd, and the
25th?
65th.
Oh, okay.
And the 65th in exchange for the 14th and the 33rd.
Yeah.
Which, and when this happened, it was a big shock what happened after that, because we basically wanted to take 2 defensemen with our 14th and 15th picks.
Yeah.
But we got a bit of a shock when after the first round died out, which is mostly recreates, immediately Berg Svensson and Lee Sampson, 2 of like our top combine guys, just went off the board right away.
Yeah.
So we got pretty worried at that moment that we weren't going to get the 2 guys that we wanted. But then when it actually came to our pick, it showed that the trade paid off fucking big time, because the 2 defensemen that we wanted most were the 2 that were there.
I think we all had Samuel Machad like 1 or 2 on our board. And like, I was biased about it because I was like, I want another defensive defenseman.
Yeah. Want another big boy on the blue line.
Yeah. So that we got Wang and Machad, back to back was like incredible. And
yeah, for real. And yeah, like, and with Mashad, it's interesting because I guess I won't name drop live, but Assclap actually didn't want to take Mashad, and there was another player that he wanted to take instead.
oh yeah,
But he ended up taking Mashad because all of us wanted him so
Yeah.
bad.
we wouldn't shut the fuck up, and he's like, "Fine, I'll just take him."
Yeah. So we got both those guys. Both have been in the locker room fucking all the time so far. Like, both of them are like, I mean, like, I love both of them already. Like, they're both great guys.
they're both good team fits, which
Yeah,
more than
100%.
anything, because like we were talking about, the build and stuff we can work with, but
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that like we even found people from this that would fit into our fucking disaster of a locker room. It's honestly impressive.
do you remember, as I was driving home, around pick 30, Assclap begging us to find him a fucking forward?
Oh yeah,
And
that was so fucking funny.
I'm like in the parking lot about to leave work, and I'm like scrolling through my draft board. I'm like, who the fuck is still on? Because we had all thought that the defensemen were gonna just get ripped off the boards right away, but they really didn't.
Yeah.
So we were shocked that we had so much depth left to choose from in defense, but that left us kind of shallow in terms of forwards, because none of us had really planned for all the forwards being gone right away.
Yeah, like
Not all of them, obviously, but
yeah, I mean, like, really, if you look at it, like, most of the prominent guys from our combine went in like the first 2 rounds. Like,
Really did.
all of like all the guys that were there the most, for the most part,
Ryan
were
Shepard.
all guys that, like Shepard, Weston, Maximus especially was there a lot.
Yeah, not that Shepard going first, not that he doesn't deserve it, but it really shocked us because we know how important defensive depth is in the league and how many teams were looking for it, that it was like, why wouldn't, like, it was just kind of a shock.
Yeah, and like not just that, dude, like a first gen player going first overall is like nuts.
Yeah.
Especially when like the 3 players that went after him, you could even say the 5 players that went after him.
Yeah.
Those are all recreates, and a lot of them are recreates of like people that previously made good players.
Yeah.
Like Akira Ren, that's the player of Valevra, who's the richest guy on the entire SHL.
Oh, wow.
So he's got like almost 200 million in the bank or something.
Oh, that's not much. It's like 78 hours of podcasting.
So yeah, it was honestly kind of nuts that that Chepper went that high. And, like, I'm happy for him. That's good shit.
Yeah, definitely. No, he was on my board. I wanted him.
Like, I'm rooting for him all the way. Like, I'm all the guys in our combine. Like, I just want to see them do the best, even if it's like to our detriment at this point.
Yeah. But oh man, I remember Assclap's panic of like, and we're like, no, take the goalie, and he was like, I know, he's 35.
It's like, I'm gonna take the goalie. Give me a forward. That was so funny.
Oh, that was great, man.
We were all just fucking yelling at him to take Venables.
This was such a cool experience too. Like, this really has like turned me on to like scouting and management, coaching, and stuff like that in the league. So maybe one day, once I retire Darnell for a position, this is like opened my eyes to like.
And we'll GM a team together at some point.
That'd be cool. That'd be really
hilarious. We probably suck, but it would be funny.
Yeah. Shit. I wanted to talk a little bit about the World Junior Cup because it's always Johnson and Johnson. It's so rarely Johnson versus Johnson.
Are we just gonna like let the rest of our draft class hang like that? Like, are we gonna go through the rest of our picks?
Yeah, please. Go through the rest of our picks. I got all excited.
That's fair. So we did end up taking the goalie. Asclap didn't let us down there.
No.
We're very happy they managed to fall to the 4th round.
Again,
Ian
unexpected.
Venables. Yeah, very unexpected. Honestly, like, it was a bit of a relief when, what's their face? Is Mitchell Maverick, who was one of the goalies, and another one, I don't know what his name is, but there were 2 goalies who went in the round before.
Yeah, round
Venables, and they were the 2 teams that needed goalies. I think it was Kelowna and Montreal. And it was at that moment where we were like, wait, the 2 teams that needed goalies just took theirs now. Yeah. So it was at that point we kind of realized, like, wait, we're going to get them. So, yeah, that actually happened. And then panic ensued over who we were going to take at 35.
Yeah, that was crunch time.
Honestly, I think like we just hopped into the combine and we're like, wait, okay, who here is a forward and talked a lot.
Which, oddly enough, he was like one of the 2 forwards I think I had on my draft board, Daniel Bischoff.
Yeah, and he's been around in the locker room a decent bit too.
Yeah, yep. Somebody called me Danny Boy in the locker room earlier, and he put in a question mark.
Wait,
or maybe that was last night. Somebody like Ascot always calls me Danny Boy.
Oh,
and like he put in a Bischoff put in a fucking question mark. So yeah, that's. And then we took Jay.
Yeah, and then yeah, we took ML's girlfriend, Jay Reeves, in the 5th round, and yeah, that was just good, wholesome shit. No one intervened with destiny and let her fall to us in the 5th round.
Yeah,
so it thanked the rest of the league for that.
Incidentally, I want to give a shout out to my boy Stacey Jefferson Jr., who went 43rd right before Jay.
Yeah, would have been a bit of a headache if he didn't go earlier.
Yeah, I would have been bitching it ass.
And then with the last 2 picks that we made in the draft, we took Rhett Ward. That's Graves on the site, yep. And Justin Hua, who is the Boone Jug is his name.
Graves, Rhett Ward, he's pretty quiet in the locker room, but he showed up a couple times. He was actually asking about build advice today, and again, like that's one of the things we like to see. So,
was he?
Yeah, 98% sure he was dry dock.
Oh,
yep.
And then after, so we got Hua and Ward. I mean, both of them, like, it's late on in the draft anyway.
75th overall, we took Pavs.
Did we? I mean, if we're gonna go with that, then we also
no, that's a bad joke. Move along.
1, 2, 3. Got fucking Lethbridge in this draft, man.
Yeah, Lethbridge was like, well, we'll just take them all.
Lethbridge and Anaheim in this draft. Like, if you look at the draft list, like there was a point where there was like 6 straight rounds where it was only them making picks.
Yeah. Everybody else filled up.
Rounds 10 through 15, it was just them who were making the picks.
I love Lethbridge with the 104 overall, man boobs hardened.
Yeah. He didn't even make an update thread or anything. They just wanted to take him.
They took all the memes. So they took Cal Valhalla, they took man boobs hardened.
They took Dick Trickle.
And Gray Butt Kiss. They were just like, yeah, we're just gonna lock up on all the fucking.
Like, do they even have roster space for all these people? Like,
who gives a shit?
Yeah,
they're never gonna accept the contracts. So like,
that's fair. And then to make things even better, after the draft, we brought in M Dubs.
Oh yeah, recreate.
Petrikov, who's a former legend of the Firebirds before they were the Armada.
Yep, that was kind of pretty neat, actually.
Yeah, it was kind of out of
being able
nowhere
to-
too.
Yeah, being able to take in a recreate, ASCOP kind of has a thing against recreates, which I do understand. But it was nice picking up like a local legend.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, definitely. I mean, like,
gross burp.
I mean, honestly, like summed up, like our draft, like I could barely be happier with, like
Yeah.
how it went.
I agree.
Like everything just kind of fell into place exactly like we wanted it to.
It was crazy. Yeah, serendipitous how well everything worked.
Yeah, and I mean, like really, this introduced me to the chaos of a Reddit draft.
Yeah, holy shit.
Holy shit, that was chaotic as fuck.
Remember a couple weeks ago when we had Assclap on and he was telling us he had to do his first draft solo and it was a Reddit draft? I cannot imagine.
I cannot imagine doing that, dude. That'd be ridiculous. And I think that draft might have been might have been a even bigger one.
I think it was too. And like that's
Let me
definitely
see,
where he got all the
this is
gray in
it.
his hair.
Oh, actually, it was about okay. It was definitely bigger, yeah. But yeah, I could not imagine. Like, I'm looking at the draft now, and I could not imagine having this many players and fucking
Doing it solo as your
Yeah.
first like
having
big
to
boy
do it
time.
solo, having to scout like all these prospects. Like,
Yeah. And then he ended up doing well with it. That's incredible. Good for
yeah,
you,
he
Ads.
did. Like,
You
let's
were
see
Reddit
if we-
draft?
no. I was in the same season as you.
Yeah, but I came in as a free agent, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know if the draft was.
My draft was like 2 rounds, maybe like 3. Yeah, I think it was actually like 2 rounds, and then like everything else after that was like a fizzled out 155.
pass.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like Asclap did really well in that draft. He took Cloutier with his first pick in that draft.
Yeah.
Which worked out. He
out
got
really
Johnny Sins in the second round, which I mean, like he's inactive now, but he hit the cap, so it's all that
Yeah,
matters.
he hit the cap is about all you can ask for. Been a good
He-
D-man.
Yeah, he busted with Andres Zarins, the Latvian dude, but like shit happens.
Yeah.
He took Peter Larson in round 5.
May have had some inside information on that one.
Yeah, maybe. Just maybe. And then he got, I'm pretty sure was it? No, it wasn't this draft. It was a different one.
He put that.
Sure.
That was a media.
Yeah, he put up a media article where he rated like all of his draft picks. He got a Brock Emerton in the 8th round of
Yeah, that's a
that
steal.
Reddit draft. That was a big steal. Yeah, he did really well in that. Yeah, in general, like doing that solo, like looking at just the sheer amount of players that there are, like, oh fuck that.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, we're probably well over time now, eh?
We're at a minute 7, but I still wanted to talk about the World Junior
World
Cup
Juniors.
final. Just the
Yeah.
final, really. The not the lone Johnson versus Johnson, but I made a weird switch in the off season, and I switched to my like IHF eligibility to Germany. So I played with Doc. Germany, Switzerland, and Austria in the World Junior Cup.
I still have yet to find out like what the acronym stands for.
I don't know either, cause like,
What's the C?
well, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking CH is probably something for Switzerland, but like Deutschland, Austria,
Yeah,
so that makes sense. I don't really get where the C is.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's who you play for.
That's who I play for. I don't even know their name, but that's who I play for. So that kind of serendipitous
was nuts.
Yeah, that serendipitous switch I made kind of on a whim led to you and I facing off against each other in the final. Where I dunked a goal in with my 40 scoring. You and I both had a goal in the final. How fucking crazy.
Yeah. I had the game-winning goal in the final.
Did you really?
Nuts.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I didn't know you had the game winner.
Yeah, well, my goal made it 5-2, and then the final score was 5-4. So,
Okay.
it wasn't like a dramatic game
right,
winner.
I
It
got
was
you.
more just like, the mathematical game winner. But,
Sure.
yeah,
Teach me some math.
I was shitting bricks during that final. Like, that was nuts. To be honest, we made it, I think it was 3-1 at the end of the first period.
It was 3-1 at the end of the first period, and then it was 2-5 at the end of the second.
Yeah, to be honest, I was I was so sure it was in the bag. I thought it was gonna get even worse for Dak than 5-2. We were flying. Jax Duggan was asking in the Canada chat, hey, is it cool if I update my sig now to say season 48 World Junior Gold at the end of the second period?
God.
And that third period was crazy. We got one shot in the whole third period. Doc just put everything on the line and just killed us.
You guys took a fair number of penalties in the third round.
Yeah,
had 2 or 3 penalties, and our goals in the third round were on power plays, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, it was just crazy how close the game ended up being.
It was pretty
Doc
nuts.
really just put everything to the test for us.
You and I had fairly similar games. We both had a goal.
Both had a
goal and assist. You had 21 minutes played. I had 19 and a half. We had about equal penalty or power play, which is actually really interesting. I don't traditionally play on the power play, but I scored 2 goals on it. Or I scored a goal. No, I guess my goal was even strength, and my assist was power play.
Okay.
But I had
power play specialist, Darnell Johnson.
I had more time on the penalty kill, which is kind of a given. But whereas you had 3 shots or something, I had 5 hits. I had a really good game. I had 1 goal, 1 assist, +1, 1 shot, 5 hits, and 1 shot blocked. That's about as good as you can ask for a defenseman.
That's like a fist pump if I have you in fantasy kind of game.
Yeah, that's a great game. I can't believe I fucking scored a goal. It's such a meme.
I couldn't believe it would have happened.
Again, that's another one where I happened to be at work and you sent me the screenshot and I was like, no fucking way!
Yeah. That was so funny. I couldn't believe I was like, fucking Darnell of all people scoring against me.
Dude, all the rookies were on my side in the locker room too, is the greatest part. They're all like, who's the underdogs? Doc? Okay, we're going for Darnell.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. I figured the actual country would get more support. But
that was such a cool experience.
Yeah,
I'm glad
honestly,
we got to have that.
I'm really happy that I got to experience the live play-by-play that I'm involved in.
That was
the
really
guy
cool.
who was doing it did a great job. I'm not sure if you saw the play-by-play at all.
I've gone back through and read it, but
it
reading
so
it,
funny.
Yeah, reading it.
The amount of suspense he was throwing into every highlight.
Yeah, it's hard for me to appreciate that just looking back and going through it, but I can imagine.
Yeah, it was so funny. There was one point where there's a scramble in front that got saved, and then all of a sudden he just drops as a highlight. Wait. What's this? What's this?
Oh no.
And then he left it for 5 minutes while all of us were like, what?
What is it? What is it?
And then it was just a Doc goal. We were like, oh. And everything he did, it was oh, Wilson's coming up the ice for Canada. He takes the shot. Will he score? Is he going to do it for Canada? No, it's saved by the Doc goalie.
The
Oh.
the like build up to mine was incredible, where it's like so and so takes a shot and it's saved with a rebound, and Darnell Johnson recovers and he takes a shot and he scores, and I was like, "There's no way."
It was so funny.
I don't do that. That was the only goal I scored this fucking season.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was talking with Kimmy, it was one of the doc managers at Hamilton alumni during the game, and I was telling him, I was like, of course, the guy who hasn't scored a fucking goal, the J all season, is the guy who's making me sweat bullets now in the WJC final.
Yeah.
I was like,
fucking Darnell Turbo just knows when to turn it on.
yeah, for real. If we could get some of that like clutch genes going in the playoffs in season 49, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be pretty fucking sweet.
I think this has got to be the year for us. Like, it's now or never, to be honest.
Well, I mean, for us, but like I was talking about it with Nola earlier, where like there are stronger teams out there right now, and like we have, I feel like, a really good rookie class, best ever, best in the world, and that's going to matter, but
not this season, probably
not this season. Like, we're going to be able to build on it this season for sure.
Yeah.
But like I think what this season is going to accomplish more than anything is going to be setting up the rookies for future success. And like I'm totally okay with that.
And I mean, like, even with that, like, we still have 4 cap D-men and like a lot of cap players.
We do have a really good defensive core. Sure.
Like, honestly, the fact that we drafted like so many like assumedly active rookies is like honestly harmful to our sim results at this point, just because we have so many cap players.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you have to play the rookies, obviously. Like, you're not going to draft rookies and just plug them all in the 4th line.
No, and I wouldn't want us to do that either, because, like, that wasn't my experience when I was drafted, so,
yeah,
like,
same.
I want these guys to have a similar, maybe not as similar of an experience as I did, but you know what I mean? Like, I want them to have an enjoyable time like I did. Because, like, Anchorage to me is more than just, like, as stupid as this sounds, referring to a simulation hockey team, it's more than just a team. Like, these guys are my friends now, far and away. And I've connected with the Anchorage locker room more than I've connected with anybody else, which I guess is kind of a given. That's where I've spent most of my time. But, like,
the
late night conversations, and, like, we all have the same humor and we all get along and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
It really does seem special. It feels special in the locker room. So,
and like, I mean, if we could just keep that
keep that energy up, and
exactly.
Keep
if we can
well,
keep that energy like constant in the locker room.
Yeah.
Like, already with a bunch of our rookies, we get that, and it's like, I mean, like, what's his face? The Cam J-Pox, like Tampa's assistant manager, who's in our chat. Like, he said, like, he's been in a lot of or in a lot of J locker rooms. He's like, Anchorage is by far the most active.
Oh yeah, there's no question. Like,
I mean, I would be worried for other teams if we weren't the most active.
I sleep like 5 hours a night, and I sometimes wake up to like 800 messages.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Insane. Like, our locker room, and we mention it almost every podcast, but like, our locker room's so active, we pay a guy to like fucking read through our shit and recap it at the end of the night.
Yeah, for real. We have our own designated like
court stenographer. Like,
yeah. And we have our own designated channel for him now because we have to like move it somewhere else.
Not to rush you or anything, but we're at an hour and 15, so pretty much time for closing statements. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about, or you about good on this one? I mean, I covered all the stuff I wanted to.
Yeah, I think we're about good.
I kind of wanted to get into the weird phallic obsession that seems to be going on lately.
In Anchorage?
No, well, obviously,
because I was about to say, like, I mean,
no,
this has been a constant.
I just mean sympathies. He put up 3 fucking dick length articles?
I mean, look,
what?
it's probably really easy to make. It gets the people interested.
Gets the people going for sure.
Yeah, gets the people going. Gets you paid. Like, why
Anchorage had the smallest average dick length of any draft class. Do you want to talk about that?
not? No.
Actually, no, we didn't. No, we didn't.
No, did we not?
Okay, yeah, we did actually. Montreal was 5.27. We were 5.25.
All right. On that note, that's been the Johnson.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening, and we hope this format's a little more suited to YouTube. Thanks everybody. Thanks for listening. This has been the Johnson & Johnson podcast, where we talk about the Johnsons & Johnsons.